The Whiz Kids had won it, Bobby Thompson had done it, and Yogi read the comics all the while. Rock and roll was being born, marijuana we would scorn. So down on the corner the national pastime went on trial. We're talking baseball, Klazuski, Campanella, talking baseball. The man and Bobby Fella, the Scooter, the Barber and the Nuke. They knew them all from Boston to Dubuque.
For the Phillies, leading off, playing center field, number 1, Mark Handy. Batting second, playing first base, number 5, Tim Peck. Batting third, playing shortstop, number 10, Kyle Helmholtz. Batting fourth and pitching, number 8, Raul Tena. Batting fifth, playing left field, number 14, James Oglesby. Batting sixth, playing third base, number 11, Billy Dumont. Batting seventh, playing second base, number 4, Christopher Bojorquez. Batting eighth in right field, number 7, Austin Kirkland.
Go, Austin!
Batting ninth and catching, number 6, Jason Sedlkowski. The remaining players for the Phillies, number 3, Jonathan Shryock.
Johnny!
Number 9, Joseph Youngblood. Number 12, Joshua Leeds. Coaches for the Phillies, James Oglesby and Raul Tena. Starting lineup this evening for the Red Sox. Starting lineup for the Red Sox, batting first, playing second base. Batting second and pitching, number 4, Nick Fortin. Batting third, playing shortstop, number 14, Zach Hamilton. Batting fourth, playing center field, number 5, Andy Chapman. Batting fifth in left field, number 9, Andrew Murphy. Batting sixth, playing right field, number 6, Nate Johnson. Batting seventh, playing first base, number 13, Christopher Shaw. Batting eighth, playing third base, number 2. Batting ninth and catching, number 7, Nick. Remaining players for the Red Sox, number 8, Jonathan Wimmer. Jose Huerta. Red Sox, Scott Hamilton and Greg Lerma.
Guys, now let's go get him, huh? Go, let's go. Come on, let's go.
I trust in God. I love my country. I will respect its laws. I will play fair. I will strive to win. But win or lose, I will always do my best. Play ball.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to West Hills Park in Santee, California for the 1999 Santee American Little League Majors Championship game. We've got a good one for you tonight between the Phillies and Red Sox. Let's give you the starting lineups for the Phillies, running through it quickly. Leading off in center field, number 1, Mark Handy. Batting second at first base, number 5, Tim Peck. Batting third at shortstop, number 10, Kyle Helmholtz. Batting fourth and on the mound for the Phillies, number 8, Raul Tena. Batting fifth in left field, number 14, Jimmy Oglesby. Billy Dumont is at third base. Batting sixth, he wears number 11. Chris Bojorquez, number 4, is at second base. He'll bat seventh. Batting eighth in right field, number 7, Austin Kirkland. And batting ninth, catching, number 6, Jason Sudolkowski. The manager of the Phillies is Lonnie Peck. The coaches, James Oglesby and Raul Tena. Remaining players for the Phillies, number 3, Jonathan Shriak. Number 9, Joey Youngblood. And number 12, Joshua Leeds. Now the lineup for the home team for tonight's affair, the Red Sox. They will lead off this way, playing second base, number 1, Jordan Perez. Batting second and pitching for the Red Sox, number 4, Nick Fortini. Zach Hamilton is at shortstop. He'll bat third, wearing number 14. In center field, number 5, batting fourth, is Andy Castor. Batting sixth in left field is batting fifth in left field, number 9, Andrew Murphy. Batting sixth, the right fielder, is number 6, Nick Johnson. Batting seventh at first base, number 13, Chris Schob. At third base, batting eighth, number 2, Shane Woolsey. And batting ninth in catching for the Red Sox, number 7, Nick Olson. Remaining for the Red Sox, number 8, Jonathan Weber, and number 3, Jose Huerta. The Red Sox are managed by Steve Fortini and coached by Scott Hamilton and Greg Lerma. Well, tonight should be a real good one. We've got two good teams. Not the top seeds in this tournament. The Mariners were the top seed. They were booted out earlier in the tournament. If the Red Sox win this game, they will move on to the Tournament of Champions. If the Phillies win, well, we've got another one tomorrow night. Should be a good one. And we're just about ready for the first pitch here. Umpires giving the managers the final instructions. Red Sox taking a little bit of infield. Umpires for tonight's game calling balls and strikes, Rocky Hessen. Jason Powell will be down at first base and Bill Baylog at third. Well, these two teams played last Wednesday night in a good affair. The Red Sox getting the best of the Phillies 11-8. That was the game that landed the Red Sox here tonight. The Phillies went down into the losers bracket in the tournament and fought their way through, playing Thursday and Friday. And here we are, or Thursday rather, and here we are on a Friday evening in Santee with the championship game of the Santee American Little League. Could be decided tonight. The Phillies will lead things off. They're the visitors. And to get things started, number 1,
Center fielder, number 1, Mark Handy.
center fielder Mark Handy will get things started. Handy is a 10-year-old in 4th grade, playing center field tonight, also plays second base. Nick Fortini's first pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. Nick Fortini on the mound. Will run through the Red Sox defensively here for you as we go along. Fortini sets, the right-hander kicks and deals on the 0-1. Ouch. Handy getting shaken up there on a pitch inside. Hopefully he's okay. Not a good way to start off the ball game for either team. Well, defensively for the Red Sox, at first base, Chris Schaub. at second base, Jordan Perez at shortstop, Zach Hamilton at third base, Shane Woolsey. In left field, Andrew Murphy. Andy Castor is in center, and Nick Johnson is in right. Behind the plate is Nick Olson. That's the defensive alignment for the Red Sox. Oh, Handy trots down to first base. He's aboard. And the next batter will be Tim Peck. Peck is a 12-year-old, his last year in this division.
Tim Peck.
Sixth grader. Plays primarily first base, but will pitch, and in fact did pitch 6 innings last night to beat the White Sox. That was the game that got the Phillies here. In from the left side with one aboard, nobody out here in the first inning. Infield in at the corners, back at double play depth up the middle. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Peck will be followed by Helmholtz here in the first inning. Just underway. Glad you're with us. The 0-1 from Fortini is high. Trying to come with the off-speed pitch, and count even up 1-1. I'm Mike Kent, along with you here at the ballpark. Glad you joined us. The George Langevin Productions bringing you this game. Fortini comes in on the 1-1 swing. Ball gets away from Olson, but no advance by the runner. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Peck will have to put this one in play. Fortini has the sign. Right-hander kicks and deals outside. Count even up 2-2. Well, the Phillies beat the White Sox last night 8-3. That landed them here in this game. A good effort from the boys in red. The 2-2 rides up and away, and a full count to Peck. Battled back from a 1-2 count. Good at bat here early on. 1 on, nobody out. No score, just underway, top of the first. Fortini's payoff pitch. Ground ball to shortstop. Hamilton has trouble, goes to first, but a little bit late. And the runner at first base, that's Mark Handy, will go to third. So Hamilton with the game's first chance. Had some trouble with it. The official score gives it a base hit. It was hit on a shot. So runners at first and third, nobody out for Kyle Helmholtz.
Shortstop, number 10, Kyle Helmholtz.
Kyle at shortstop tonight. Had a home run against the White Sox last night to lead off the 5th inning. Says his favorite class in school is social studies. We've got a lot of bright kids on this club and on the Red Sox. Give you a little bit of background information on him as we go along. Fortini's first pitch rides low and away, and it's ball 1 to Helmholtz. Big shortstop with the blonde hair underneath that helmet. First and third, nobody out. The pitch just outside. And the count goes 2-0. Well, Fortini is one of the aces on this staff. Not their top ace, but he can bring it. 2-0. That one a little bit low. Runner goes from first. He will advance without a throw. So Peck goes to second. Handy still at third. There goes the double play. Pitch taken. It's 3-0 to Helmholtz. And with first base open, do you walk him? No. It ends up walking, not intentionally as the ball gets by Olson, but 4 pitches lands Helmholtz at first base. So right off the bat here, the Phillies have got something going. Nobody out. The bases are loaded for Raul Tena.
The pitcher, number 8, Raul Tena.
Tena on the mound tonight, wearing number 8. He was 2 for 4 with 2 singles Wednesday against the Red Sox club. Looking to plate the game's first run here in the top of the first inning. No score, bases juiced. And the pitch taken up high. 5 straight balls thrown by the pitcher. That's Nick Fortini. He collects himself behind the mound. Outfield straight away. Center field a shade towards left, but only a step or so. Fortini comes in with some high heat. Swung on and missed. Tena gave it a good cut, but it's 1-1. Good crowd on hand tonight, both teams. We've got a lot of action here at West Hills Park. Hope you'll enjoy this game. We're going to enjoy bringing it to you. Fortini kicks and deals on the 1-1, gets away from the catcher. Handy thought about it, but after a couple of steps, decided to head back to third. Olson did a good job recovering that ball. Not a lot of foul territory behind home plate here, but you will see runners advance and come home on wild pitches. Count 2 balls and a strike to Tena. Fortini's pitch is in there. 2-2, says home plate umpire Rocky Heston. Rather emphatic call from the home plate umpire. It's good for everybody. They know exactly what's going on. No guessing. Pitch is driven into right field. Good play by Johnson. Fields it on a hop, but the game's first run is aboard. So the ball gets away from Hamilton, and 2 runs will score. Handy is in. Here comes Helmholtz, and it's a bases clearing single for Tena. So the Phillies on top 3-0. Still nobody out here in the first inning. And the Red Sox manager Steve Fortini will go out to talk to his pitcher. Settle him down a little bit. He's had a rough start. Hit by pitch, single, walk, a single. The error driving in the runs.
James Oglesby.
The Wall, as he's called by his teammates. They were telling me before the game that he's famous for getting hit by pitches. This one fouled out of play left side. Will reach the seats. Not something I would subscribe to, having that moniker, getting hit by pitches. Although Jimmy, a big tough guy, he can handle it. Bats with 1 on. That is Tena down at third base. Still nobody out. The Phillies out to a 3-0 lead. Fortini has the sign, comes home again. Hits his second batter of the inning. That one got Oglesby in the back. So runners at first and third for the Phillies as the number 6 hitter, Billy Dumont, will come to the plate. Oglesby making sure he gets some words of encouragement from his manager.
Number 11, Billy Dumont.
That's Lonnie Peck down in the third base coaching box. He's the manager. He's been doing this for a while. One of the top 5 pitchers in Spring Valley when he was a youngster. Ball gets away, but no advance by Tena. Oglesby, however, goes to second, and again second and third for the Phillies. This is where they got into trouble earlier on in the inning. The double play possibility is gone, and Dumont bats with a 1-0 count. Fortini has this one lifted behind second. Hamilton is there. Runner tags, throw to the plate. They got him by a mile. Out there, goes to third, but the throw is high. Will the runner advance? Yes. Oglesby will come home. An outstanding play by Hamilton out behind second base as he came home to drill Tena by a mile. That's the first out of the inning, but the resulting throw down to third from Olson got by Woolsey, and the run advanced. Phillies on top 4-0. The play goes 6-2 at the plate.
Second baseman number 4, Christopher Bajorquez.
Oglesby scores, and that'll bring up Bajorquez. Chris, the second baseman, wearing number 4. Two down, actually, now. The fly out to the shortstop by Dumont, and then Tenna cut down at the plate. 2 down, 4 runs in, and an 0-1 count to Chris Bajorquez. Fortini needs to get this one here. Off-speed pitch goes out and away, and count 1-1. Chris says his favorite subject in school is math. Also plays second base, or primarily second base. This one fouled off to the right side, and it's 1-2. Fortini out in front. This is Bojo's last year. He's a 12-year-old. He will move on to bigger and better things after this season. Hoping to go on to the Tournament of Champions and continue this season with this Phillies club. Fortini deals on the 1-2, low and away, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 4 runs home for the Phillies in the top of the first, off to a good start against Fortini. Couple of hits. And with 2 down, Fortini deals to Bajorquez in the 2-2 count. Got him on the corner, strike 3 called, and that will do it. So 4 runs, 2 hits. Nobody left. We'll move to the bottom half of the first inning. Phillies 4, Red Sox coming up.
Number 1, Jordan Perez.
Back with you here at West Hills Park. The Phillies get off to a good start against the Red Sox. 4 runs home. The Red Sox will try and counter with leadoff man number 1, Jordan Perez, the second baseman. He will be followed by Nick Fortini and then Zach Hamilton. Phillies got 4 runs on a couple of hits. We'll see what the Sox can do. This first pitch from Raul Tenna is inside, ball 1. Tenna, the right-hander, working quickly. Off speed is in there, 1-1 to Perez. Well, Tenna worked 3 innings in relief Wednesday against the Red Sox. He allowed 3 runs, closed out the ball game. This one is lifted in foul territory. Good play by Dumont to record the first out here in the bottom of the first inning. Pop foul to 5, and that'll bring up Nick Fortini.
The pitcher number 4, Nick Fortini.
Well, Nick wearing number 4, an 11-year-old. Had some trouble out there on the mound. Let's see how he does at the plate. And he get things started. Draws the first pitch for a ball. It's 1-0. Tenna's next pitch is outside, and Fortini ahead. 2 balls, no strikes. Nick, the son of the Red Sox manager, Steve Fortini, takes this one in there for a strike. 1-2. Another math buff, as it were. Count goes 3-1 as Tenna's pitch is outside. A lot of bright kids on these clubs. A lot of math, science, social studies gurus. Pitch is taken for ball 4 as it gets away from the catcher, Sedolkowski. And the Red Sox have a runner aboard for Zach Hamilton.
The shortstop, number 14, Zach Hamilton.
Timeout called as the jacket will be retrieved for Fortini. Give you the defensive alignment for the Phillies. At third base, Billy Dumont. At shortstop, Kyle Helmholtz. Chris Bajorquez at second, Tim Peck at first. Jason Sedolkowski is behind the plate. Oglesby, Handy, and Kirkland left to right around the outfield for the Phillies. They lead in this one 4-0. 1 out. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Zach Hamilton stepping in. One on, one out. The pitch is in there for a strike, and Tenna out in front. Well, Hamilton had a home run against these Phillies to lead off the 4th inning on Wednesday. Part of a 2-home-run inning for that club. Lines this one sharply down the left field line, all the way to the wall. Fortini is around. He will be held at third base by Coach Scott Hamilton. A double for his son, Scott Hamilton. And the Red Sox have something brewing with 1 out here in the first.
Center fielder number 5, Andy Castor.
That'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Andy Castor, center fielder, also a pitcher. Plays a little shortstop as well. The first pitch from Tenna is swung on, driven high into the gap in left center. That's up against the wall as well. 2 runs will score. Back-to-back doubles for the Red Sox, and they're on the board. It's 4-2. The margin cut in half. Phillies still on top, but the Red Sox, oh, they've got something brewing here in the first.
Left fielder number 9, Andrew Murphy.
That'll bring up Murphy, the left fielder. Runner in scoring position, 1 out. Tenna's pitch is waved at and missed, strike 1. So after he got Perez to fly out in foul territory to the third baseman, a walk and 2 doubles, and the Red Sox have got 2 runs here in the first. Big swing, good off-speed pitch from Tenna, and he's out in front 0-2. We'll have to see how Tenna holds up. He pitched 3 innings on Wednesday. Those in relief. A lazy pop-up behind first, off the glove of Peck. Castor is held at third. Murphy will go to second on the play. So second and third with still only 1 out for the Red Sox.
Right fielder number 6, Nick Johnson.
Nick Johnson steps in now, the right fielder. Number 6 got a chance to tie this one up with runners at second and third. First pitch is low and away, ball 1. Well, the Phillies got out to a 4-0 lead in the top of the first. The Red Sox have battled right back. Count goes 2-0. As again, Tenna is working quickly to Johnson. That one's in there for a strike. 2 balls and a strike now. They play Johnson shaded slightly to the left side, up the middle. Swaved at and missed, and the count even up 2-2. Tenna looking to get his first strikeout here. Off speed, grounded to short. That'll get 1 run home. The shortstop fakes the throw to first. That brought Murphy off the bag, and the subsequent tag leads to the second out. Run scores, that's Castor from third. 4-3, Johnson reaching on the fielder's choice.
First baseman number 13, Christopher Schaub.
Schaub stepping in, a left-hander, first baseman. Pitch is on the outside corner. Good off-speed delivery from Tenna, and it's 0-1. 4-3, this one looks like it's going to be a wild one, an offensive show. The pitch waved at and missed. It's 0-2 to Chris. Tenna backs him off, down and in. Pitch gets away from Sedolkowski, and Johnson will move down to second. So now the tying run in scoring position. If Schaub can connect, Johnson has decent speed. He does connect, but a ground ball to second. Goes to first, and the inning is over. So the Red Sox come back with 3 runs, 2 doubles by Hamilton and Castor. There was 1 left after 1, 4-3 Phillies.
Right down the wire, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Mike.
How you doing, Mike?
Leading off for the Phillies in the second inning, the right fielder, number 7, Austin Kirkland.
Well, we've got an offensive show going here so far. The Phillies with 4 runs in the top of the first. The Red Sox right back with 3 in the bottom of the first. Austin Kirkland to lead things off for the Phillies here in the second. Fortini comes home. The first pitch is grounded to third. Wolseley throws the ball away as it gets by Schaub. Runner will try and go to second. The throw is high, and Kirkland is in there. So once again, the leadoff man aboard here for the Phillies. That'll bring up Jason Sedlkowski.
The catcher, number 6, Jason Sedlkowski.
Fortini having a little bit of trouble here early on. First pitch to Sedlkowski is down low, ball 1. 4 runs in the first for the Phillies. They sent 7 men to the plate. Kirkland reached. He's now at second, and now Sedlkowski at the plate. He'll be followed by Mark Handy. Fortini's pitch catches the inside corner. Good location. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. The right-hander's deal is outside, off speed, 2-1. Sedlkowski has a double last night against the White Sox. Says Raleigh Fingers is his favorite big league ball player. You think it might have to do something with that mustache? Count goes 3-1 to the Philly catcher. First base is open, runner on at second. Nobody out, 4-3 our score. The Phillies out on top. Sedlkowski waits in the 3-1. Flare behind first, called for the first baseman. They can't come up with it. Schaub and Perez both calling for it. That one got by them both. Kirkland goes to third. Sedlkowski on at first. Still nobody out for Mark Handy. And now Fortini will have the Fortini family will have a nice little reunion out there as Coach Steve comes out to talk with son Nick.
Number 1, Mark Handy.
Well, Mark Handy gets his second at bat in as many innings. He was greeted rudely by Fortini in the first as he was hitting the helmet. We'll see what happens here. Then again goes up and in. Mark just a little guy, but he probably feels like he's got a big bullseye on his head or something with that one. Just getting him a little riled up. I know Nick is saying that. Comes home this one outside and count 2-0 to Mark Handy. Phillies got 4 in the first. Handy, Peck, Helmholtz, and Oglesby scoring before the Red Sox came storming back with 3 runs of their own in the bottom of the first inning. The 2-0 pitch from Fortini, fastball, fouled straight back, and it's 2-1. You could see the determination in Nick's face as he came to the plate on that one. A good cut by Andy, but he couldn't catch up with it. 2 balls and a strike. Nobody out here in the top of the second. First and third. The pitch inside as Schaub was charging from first base. And the count goes 3-1 to the leadoff hitter, the player in the top spot in the order, Mark Handy. Olson with the sign, Fortini with the offering. Goes inside and the bases are loaded on the walk. Second walk given up by Fortini. That will load them for Tim Peck.
First baseman number 5, Tim Peck.
Tim hit a shot down to the shortstop, eventually reached on an infield single, moving Handy to third base. Bats with 2 on and nobody out. Infield very much in the corners as he squares around, takes the pitch for ball 1. With nobody out, you got to figure that he's trying to move both runners into scoring position. Helmholtz and Tena to follow. Some good pop in the lineup. He squares, now pulls back as the pitch taken outside 2-0. Manager Lonnie Peck going through the signs down at third base in the coaching box. This one is up high, and it's 3-0. No place to put them as the bases are full of Phillies. Leading in this one 4-3. Peck squares. The pitch is outside, and a run will come home on the second straight walk by Fortini. Some last-minute instructions for Helmholtz from the manager.
Shortstop number 10, Kyle Helmholtz.
Kyle walked his last time up, scored as part of the Phillies' first inning. Bases still full, nobody out. Phillies on top 5-3. And Fortini deals. High fly ball, deep to center. Enjoy the ride, it's gone. A grand slam for Kyle Helmholtz. And he has broken this one wide open. 4 runs home on that shot. 5 all told in the inning. And guess what? Just like that, it's 9-3 visitors. The Phillies coming out of the dugout to congratulate Helmholtz on the grand slam. Oh, that's his second home run in as many days as Helmholtz went deep against the White Sox to lead off the 5th inning last night. And oh my.
Raul Tena.
Thanks to them, and we hope you're enjoying the broadcast. I'm Mike Kent, along with you here at the ballpark. 9-3 Phillies. Raul Tena, the Phillies pitcher, will be next. Fortini kicks and deals, off speed is in there. Good pitch. Still nobody out here in the top of the second. Fortini's 0-1 is low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, like many of the kids out here today, Raul's favorite ball player is Ken Griffey Jr. Seems to be very popular with kids these days. Here's a pitch fouled onto another field out of play right side, and the count goes 1-2. Tena singled to left. His first time up was cut down at the plate on a nice play by shortstop Zach Hamilton. At the second out in the first inning. Fortini's 1-2. Good cut by Tena to stay alive on that off-speed delivery. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. If Tena were to reach, Jimmy Oglesby would be next. 9-3 Phillies. Pitch foul back again. Tennis staying alive. Count remains 1-2. Well, the last time these two teams tangled, the Phillies lost to the Red Sox 11-8. That was a high-scoring affair. This one is well on its way. 12 runs total scored, and we're just into the top of the second. Tenna waits on the 1-2. Again, he got a piece of it. He is battling up there. He's fouled off 3 straight pitches. So a couple of errors, a couple of walks, and then the grand slam by Helmholtz, and bang, a 6-run lead for the Phillies. 1-2 again, popped straight up. Schaub calling for it alongside the first base bag. A step into foul territory. He records it for the first out here in the second. That will bring up Jimmy Oglesby, who was hit by a pitch and scored back in the first inning.
Left fielder number 14, James Oglesby.
Now, like we told you last inning, they call him the Wall. Stood up to that nickname tonight already, getting hit by a pitch. He is the 7th man to bat here for the Phillies in this inning. Fortini, this pitch out to center field. Andy Castro with an easy play. So one pitch, that at bat, second out.
Third baseman number 11, Billy Dumont.
That'll bring up Billy Dumont, who popped up to the shortstop behind second base in the first inning. Big right-hander takes the first pitch up high from Fortini. It's 1-0.
But I need to let Dole know that I'll call it tonight after the game.
Fortini is settled down after the grand slam by Helmholtz, getting the next 2 batters. This one rides on away. 2 balls, no strikes. Got Tenna to pop foul to the first baseman, and then the fly ball to from Oglesby to Castor in center. But he's behind Dumont, 2-0. Right-hander's pitch swung on and missed as the high fastball got by him. 2-1.
So, find out from Bill. I'll call him. And asked him if we had a canister attached.
The 2-1. In there for a strike at the corner, and after getting behind 2-0, Fortini has battled back to even up the count, 2-2. Fortini, in addition to pitching, is a little shortstop in center field, also a math buff. This one is low, and the count goes full to Billy Dumont. 2 outs, top of the second, nobody on. Full count as Fortini looks in for the sign from Olson. Takes a deep breath, kicks and deals the payoff pitch. On the corner, strike 3 called. Got him looking, but the big blow, the grand slam by Helmholtz, they get 5 in the inning. After 1.5, Phillies lead this one 9-3. Eight, 9, and 1 batters here for the Red Sox in the home half of the second inning. They find themselves down 9-3 as the score. Shane Woolsey will lead things off, the third baseman. He'll be followed by Nick Olson, and then top of the order, Jordan Perez. Raul Tenna with a nice 6-run cushion to work with here in the bottom of the second. Right-hander's first pitch is high and inside, ball 1 to Woolsey. Well, the Red Sox sent 7 men to the plate in the first inning, managed 3 runs to get back into this one. Pitch taken for a strike, 1-1. The Phillies exploding for 5, the big blow, the grand slam. There's a ground ball to second. Bajorquez over to Peck, and they get him. 4-3 on the putout. Leadoff man retired for Nick Olson.
The catcher, number 7, Nick Olson.
Boy, Nick Olson really getting in there over the inside part of the plate, and that's a good pitch from Tenna trying to back him off. Olson characterizes himself as the comedian of the bunch. Found that to be true. Another pitch inside, but didn't catch the plate, and it's 2-0. Had the entire team loose and cracked up in the pregame. Takes this one low and away. 3 balls and no strikes to the catcher. Really crowding that inside part of the plate. Pitch taken, ball 4. A 4-pitch walk for the Red Sox catcher. So with 1 out, 1 aboard, here comes Jordan Perez.
Second baseman, number 1, Jordan Perez.
So with 1 on and 1 out, the first pitch from Tenna to Jordan Perez is an off-speed pitch in there for a strike. Perez, like a lot of kids here in San Diego, his favorite player is Tony Gwynn. Number 19, right fielder for the big league Padres. Pitch fouled off 0-2. Perez out at second base tonight. The 0-2 got him looking. Good pitch from Tenna. And there's 2 down. First strikeout for Raul. That'll bring up Nick Fortini.
The pitcher, number 4, Nick Fortini.
Fortini's had 1 plate appearance in the first inning. He walked and scored as part of the 3-run first for the Red Sox. Pitch taken, ball 1. Tenna again working quickly. Line drive past the third baseman down the line. Oglesby brings it back into the playing field, into the infield. Fortini has a base hit. All 3 of the Red Sox hits have gone to left. 2 of them were doubles, Hamilton and Castor. And the aforementioned Zach Hamilton will step in with 2 on and 2 out.
The shortstop, number 14, Zach Hamilton.
So Olson out at second, Fortini down at first, and Hamilton takes the first pitch outside from Tenna, 1-0. Hamilton lined a double down the left field line, would later score in the first. Fouls this one back, count goes 1-1. Well, if the Red Sox are going to get back in this one in this inning, they'll have to do it with 2 outs. But we've seen stranger things happen. Here's a base hit up the middle. Olson will be waved home. Fortini slides into third. Zach Hamilton with an RBI single, a run across, and it's 9-4 Phillies. Solid single, and Hamilton's 2 for 2.
Center fielder, number 5, Andy Castor.
Andy Castor now stepping up in a 2-run double. Takes the first, or swings the first pitch for strike 1. First and third, 2 out. Tenna comes home with the 0-1. Fouled away at the plate. No balls in, 2 strikes as Castor battled to get a piece of that one. Little chill coming over the park tonight. Sun is just about ready to go down behind us here at West Hills Park. Pitch taken for a ball, 1-2 to Castor. The lights just now coming on. We'll see their full effect here in a few moments. A couple of clouds in the sky, otherwise a beautiful night for baseball here in Santee. This one down low and the count even up 2-2. Just as I say, the chill came in. Our scorekeeper and announcer don their jackets. I'm going to grab mine here in a moment. Tennis pitch is lined down the left field line, just fair. Fortini scores. Hamilton digging around third. Throw comes into the pitcher, a 2-run double, his second of the game. And what did we say? If the Red Sox were going to get back into this, they had to do it with 2 outs. Hamilton and Castor come through with RBI hits. 1 on this single by Hamilton, 2 on the double by Castor. And just like that, the Sox have drawn within 3. It's 9-6.
Left fielder, number 9, Andrew Murphy.
Andrew Murphy now stepping in. Fouls this one back behind the screen into the Phillies cheering section. No balls and a strike to the Red Sox left fielder. Well, we may see double digits here very quickly. 3 runs home here for the Red Sox. Foul tip at the plate. And the count 0-2 to Murphy. Wild and woolly, this one is not your typical pitcher's duel. Tenna comes home off speed, just missed, 1-2. Murphy, the 7th man to bat here for the Red Sox in the second. Pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3. That ends the inning. But 3 runs come across. Couple of hits, 1 left. We'll go to the third. 9-6 Phillies.
3 runs and 3 hits.
Back to West Hills Park here in Santee. We've got a good one going. The Phillies batting here in the top of the third, up 9-6. Leading off, Chris Bajorquez. First pitch nicked him. Fortini came inside. Bajorquez reaches, hit by the pitch. So the leadoff man aboard. That'll bring up Austin Kirkland. Couple of changes to tell you about defensively for the Red Sox. Now in left field, Jonathan Weber replacing Andrew Murphy.
Right fielder, number 7, Austin Kirkland.
And in right field, Jose Huerta, number 3, replacing Nick Johnson. So 1 on. Nobody out here for the right fielder, Austin Kirkland. Waves and misses at strike 1. Austin reached and scored to lead off the second inning for the Phillies. Pitch inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Austin Kirkland, a Mark McGwire fan. That's hard to argue with. Big Mac, one of the best players in the game. Thrilled us all last summer with the 70 home runs. Austin waves and misses at the high fastball from Fortini. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I'm sure he'd like to emulate his favorite ball player right now with a home run. Swings and misses. Down on strikes goes Kirkland for the first out here in the third inning. That's Fortini's 3rd strikeout of the game. That'll bring up Sedlkowski.
The catcher, number 6, Jason Sedlkowski.
Jason stepping in. He reached and scored in the second as well. This is the ground ball to second. Could be 2. They go to Hamilton at second, but the throw onto Schaub gets away from him. They get the lead runner. That's the most important thing. 4-6. 2 down. and Sedlkowski reaches. Top of the order now, Mark Handy stepping in.
Center fielder number 1, Mark Handy.
As the home plate umpire, Rocky Hessen, retrieves the bat. Handy has yet to record an official plate appearance. He's been hit by a pitch and walked. 1 on, 2 out, ground ball to the pitcher. Fortini will go to first, and that'll do it. So the Phillies retired without scoring a run for the first time in this game. Nothing across. We'll move to the bottom of the third. Phillies 9, Red Sox 6.
For the Phillies in the third, there were no runs.
Takes the off-speed pitch. Good curveball from Tenna. 0-1. Huerta spelling Nick Johnson in right field. Pop up out in front of the plate, fielded nicely by Sedlkowski. And there's 1 down. That'll bring up Chris Schaub.
First baseman number 13, Christopher Schaub.
Chris grounded to second his first time up back in the first inning. The left-hander waits on the pitch from Tenna. Swings and misses, 0-1.
You'll see same rules as regular season.
Tenna is pitching a pretty decent ball game tonight. This one outside, swung on and missed, 0-2. Has a couple of strikeouts. This one rides inside. Home plate umpire Rocky Hessen not willing to ring up Schaub on that one. And the count goes 1-2. Quickly back, swung on and missed, strike 3. And the first 2 batters here in the third are retired. That'll bring up Shane Woolsey. 3 strikeouts now for the Phillies hurler.
Third baseman number 2, Shane Woolsey.
Woolsey led off the second inning, ground ball to second. Takes the first pitch low, ball 1. Well, the Phillies got 4 in the first. Red Sox came back with 3 in the bottom half. Phillies got 5 in the top of the second. Red Sox back with 3 in the bottom half. And here's a line drive off the glove of Bojorquez. That's got to be a single, as Bojorquez went well up the middle to try and make that play just off the tip of his glove. Indeed, that goes as a hit. So Woolsey aboard with a 2-out single. That'll bring up Nick Olson, the catcher.
The catcher number 7, Nick Olson.
Olson walked and scored on the RBI double by Zach Hamilton. Pitch is lined to the right side, past Peck. Woolsey on his way to third. Fortini in with a double. And again, the Red Sox have a rally going with 2 outs, this time in the bottom of the third.
Second baseman number 1, Jordan Perez.
Top of the order now for the Red Sox. Jordan Perez, the second baseman, will relace his boots. Gives us a chance to remind you, George Langevin Productions bringing you this game. I'm Mike Kent along with you here at the ballpark. Hope you're enjoying the offensive show we've got here. 9-6, bottom of the third here at West Hills Park in Santee. Pitch is swung on and missed. 0-1 to Perez. A strikeout victim his last time. Pitch is again on the outside corner. Good location from Tenna. And it's 0-2. 2 on, 2 out. Bottom third, 9-6 Phillies. Pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3. 4 strikeouts for Tenna. The Sox gone on a couple of hits, 2 left. After 3, score remains Phillies 9, Red Sox 6.
First baseman number 5, Tim Peck.
Top of the 4th inning for the Phillies. They lead at 9-6. 2-3-4 batters for the visitors. Tim Peck will lead things off. The first baseman has singled and walked, scored 2 runs. He'll be followed by Kyle Helmholtz and then Raul Tenna. Nick Fortini on for his 4th inning of work. First pitch is outside, ball 1. Umpire signaled strike. Well, we went around. 0-1. Peck squares, now pulls back, swings and misses, and it's 0-2. Leadoff man here in the 4th. Well, Peck is a reading buff. He says that's his favorite class in school. He's a Tony Gwynn fan. Pitch is waved at and missed, and Peck is down on strikes to start the inning for the Phillies. I'll bring up Kyle Helmholtz. Fourth strikeout recorded for Fortini in the game.
Shortstop, number 10, Kyle Helmholtz.
And Helmholtz, who had the big blow back in the 2nd inning, a grand slam home run to break this game wide open, made it 9-3 at the time. Steps in, hot shot past the shortstop and into left field. So Helmholtz aboard with 1 out. Official score thinks Hamilton should have had that one. So with 1 on, 1 out, Raul Tenna will step in.
The pitcher, number 8, Raul Tenna.
Tenna has 1 hit and 2 trips. He battled hard before flying out to the first baseman last time. Swings at the high fastball, strike 1. No balls and a strike. Fortini has the sign. Olsen, a good job to block that one behind the plate. Keeps the runner Helmholtz from advancing. Olsen, the comedian, was nothing but business on that one. It was a nice stop. The 1-1 pitch is again low. 2 balls and a strike to Tenna. The pitcher having gone 3. We'll have to see if he comes out for the 4th inning or not. He did go on Wednesday 3 innings in relief. Pitch is outside, and the count goes 3 balls and a strike to Fortini's opposite number. He'll be followed by Jimmy Oglesby, who waits on deck in the dugout. Pitch is a ground ball to second. They go to shortstop for the force play at second. No double play. But again, 4-6. Hamilton making a good decision not to go to first. Tenna reaches on the fielder's choice, and that'll bring up Oglesby.
Left fielder, number 14, James Oglesby.
The left fielder is officially 0 for 1 with a run scored. He reached, getting hit by a pitch in the first and flied to center in the second. Bats with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. 9-6 Phillies on top. First pitch is high and tight. 1 ball, no strikes. Again, the center fielder, Andy Castor, a couple of steps towards left field. Weber is in a couple of steps and left. The ball gets away from Olson, and now the runner, Tenna, goes all the way around to third. Ball ended up going off to the right side. Olson couldn't find it, and alertly, Tenna goes all the way around on the wild pitch. And Fortini will come out to talk to his battery. 89 Santee American Little League Majors championship game. And what could be the championship game? The Phillies hold on to their lead. We'll play again tomorrow. Oglesby takes this one, and it's 3 balls, no strikes. Now, what do you think? With a runner on at third, 2 outs, did the universal take sign just flash up above the stadium here? He looks for confirmation down to his manager, Lonnie Peck, at third base in the coaching box. An apparent balk has been called by home plate umpire Rocky Hessen. Nonetheless, Oglesby goes down to first. Manager Steve Fortini looking for some clarification. Fortini asking if the pitcher went to his mouth on the mound, which would be a balk. You cannot touch your fingers to your mouth while you're on the mound itself. If you're going to do that, you have to move off the mound, and then you can touch your fingers to your tongue or your mouth or whatever to loosen them up a little bit. Conversation still going on down the first base side. Apparently satisfied with the call is Fortini. He can't be happy with it, but at least he's got an explanation that
Third baseman number 11, Billy Dumont.
that he can live with. And now Billy Dumont, who is 0 for 2, steps in. Runners at first and third, 2 out. Top of the 4th inning. Phillies on top of the Red Sox, 9-6. Big third baseman waits on Fortini's first pitch, which is in there for a strike, 0-1. Dumont, wearing number 11, 12 years old, his last year in this league. Science and social studies, his favorite classes. The New York Yankees fan. This one just inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Good off-speed delivery from Fortini, just didn't catch the plate. Well, Billy had to be happy last year with the Yankees winning the World Series, in and amongst a sorrowful San Diego community as they beat the Padres. This one taken on the corner, 1 ball, 2 strikes to Dumont, the third baseman. He's got a foothold on the hot corner defensively for this ball club. And the big number 11 waits in the 1-2. Off speed, got him looking. Good pitch by Fortini. Second strikeout of the inning. The Phillies gone with 2 left here in the 4th. On to the bottom half of inning number 4. Phillies still lead it 9-6.
1 error and 2 left.
Handy in center field. Number 12, Joshua Leeds, now at third base for the Phillies. Number 8, Raul Tenna. In left field now, number 3, Jonathan Shryock. In center field, number 9, Joseph Youngblood. And now pitching for the Phillies, number 7, Austin Kirkland.
Well, we're into the bottom of the 4th. Wholesale changes for the Phillies. The important one right now, Austin Kirkland is on the mound, and Nick Fortini will lead things off. 9-6, Phillies out on top. Strike 1 to Fortini. Sort through the changes here. Now in center field for the Phillies, as this pitch is lifted down the left field line. Going for it is the third baseman. That is Raul Tenna. He makes the play, and there's 1 away here in the 4th. That'll bring up Zach Hamilton.
Shortstop, number 14, Zach Hamilton.
Hamilton has had a good night. 2 hits, an RBI, the pitch taken outside, ball 1. He has scored twice. Bats with 1 out here in the 4th. Now in center field is Joshua Leeds for the Phillies. Pitch taken outside, 2-0. Jonathan Shryock is now in left field as the scorecard begins to resemble chicken scratches. This one taken up and away, 3-0 to Hamilton. Raul Tena is now at third base. The former pitcher, Mark Handy, moves to second from his center field position. Swung on and missed. 3 balls and a strike to Hamilton. Let's see if we missed anything here. Now we've got a trip. This will allow us a chance to settle things up defensively. Okay, let's see if we can go through the defense here. Now pitching for the Phillies, Austin Kirkland. Peck is at first base. Mark Handy at second. Kyle Helmholtz at shortstop. Raul Tena moves from pitcher to third base. Left to right in the outfield, we've got Jonathan Shryock, Joshua Leeds, and Joey Youngblood. I think we've got everything now. Hamilton waits in the 3-1 pitch after the conference at the mound is over. High fly ball lifted down the left field line, hooking foul just inside the fence. And the count goes 3-2. So after being ahead 3-0, Hamilton has swung at 2 pitches, fouled the last one off, and the count goes full with 1 out here in the 4th. Oh, in between innings, Coach Scott Hamilton, who's now in the third base coaching box, was rousing his troops after they had shut down the Phillies 2 straight innings. This one fouled straight back and out of play. Count remains 3-2. Phillies got 4 in the first, 2 in the second, nothing in the third and fourth. Red Sox with 3 in the first, 3 in the second. Ball 4, the pitcher looking to deliver the ball before the batter's ready. Now first base umpire Jason Powell coming in to talk to the pitcher, Austin Kirkland, clarify the issue. So Hamilton is aboard. And that'll bring up Andy Castor.
Center fielder number 5, Andy Castor.
So with 1 out, bottom of the 4th, Phillies on top 9-6. Castor squares, takes, low, ball 1. Castor has done the damage. 2 two-run doubles for Andy Castor, each to left field, responsible for 4 of the 6 runs. Any doubt as to why he's in the cleanup spot in this order? Castor also a very effective pitcher. Saw him pitch last week in a game he went 6 complete innings against the Pirates. Pitch is on the inside corner as the corner infielders charging on the square around, but count goes 2-0. It was a game the Red Sox won. Squares again, takes, strike 1. 2 balls and a strike to the center fielder. Andy pitched 3 innings against the Phillies in relief and only allowed 1 run back on Wednesday. Bloop over to the shortstop, back to first, double play. Nice play by Helmholtz as he got the soft line drive, and they double up Hamilton at first. Nothing across for the Red Sox in the 4th. On to inning number 5. Phillies still on top, 9-6. Back to West Hills Park in Santee. 5th inning, and the Phillies will lead off with the 7, 8, and 9 hitters.
Number 9, Joseph Youngblood.
Joey Youngblood steps in. The right fielder wearing number 9. First pitch driven to right field. Back and over his head. Huerta can't come up with it. Youngblood flying around the bases. At third will be held with a lead-off triple. Back to the bag after the ball got away from the third baseman, Woolsey. So a good start for the Phillies, who own a 3-run lead here in the top of the 5th.
Triple or there?
So Youngblood with the triple. He's on at third. That'll bring up Austin Kirkland.
The pitcher, number 7, Austin Kirkland.
That one got over the head of Huerta in a hurry. The pitch is up and in from Fortini to Kirkland. His opposite number now. Austin coming in the 4th inning to pitch. Got the Red Sox. Shut them down. Faced the minimum 3 batters. Line drive to second. Good play by Perez. No advance by the runner. 1 down for Sedolkowski.
Catcher, number 6, Jason Sedolkowski.
Jason has reached twice. He scored back in the 2nd inning. Number 6, up and over his back comes Fortini. 1 ball, no strikes. A lot of players on this Phillies team, fans of Mark McGuire and Ken Griffey Jr., Tony Gwynn. Pitch taken up high, 2 balls, no strikes to Sedolkowski. Youngblood down at third. Handy waiting on deck. Fortini's pitch is fouled at the plate. 1-2. Well, the Red Sox have to shut down the Phillies right here and then get some runs in the bottom of the 5th inning. The game is slated for 6 innings. The Red Sox have some work to do defensively. This one taking low, 3 balls and a strike to Sedolkowski. Phillies exploding with 4 in the first, 5 in the second. The big blast, the grand slam by Kyle Helmholtz. A no-doubter to left center field. Pitch is high, chopper. Nice play by Woolsey. Goes across the diamond, but too much speed. That was a nice play by Woolsey as he went up over his head. Likely saved a run. Even though they gave up the infield single, the run did not come home from third. Timeout now being called by the umpires as Mark Handy moves towards the plate. Can't emphasize enough what a good play by Woolsey was just made there. As if that ball gets over his head,
Number 1, Mark Handy.
Youngblood scores easily from third. And the deficit would then be 4 for the Red Sox. As it is, it's still 9-6 Phillies. Handy, who is 0 for 1 officially, though he's reached base twice, hit by a pitch, a walk, scored 2 runs, takes this one up high, 1 ball, no strikes. Now in at second base, started the game in center field. Handy is a 10-year-old, likes social studies in school. Swing and a miss. Runner goes to second. Throw is errant from Olson, and the run scores. So a defensive miscue on the part of Olson as he threw that ball past shortstop Andy Castor into center field. In comes Youngblood, and the Phillies have their 10th run of the game. Sedolkowski goes all the way to third, and 1 ball, 1 strike to Handy. So there's the run that Wolseley had originally prevented, comes home anyway. Runner down at third giving Olson a little bit of grief, bouncing back and forth on the third base bag, trying to draw a throw. 2 balls and a strike to Mark Handy, who grounded back to the pitcher his last time up. Pitch taken inside, 3-1. Second straight 3-1 count for Fortini before yielding the single to Sedlkowski. 3-1 pitch, chopped at, grounded right side. Runners coming home, throw goes to first. Handy is retired. Number 3, second out of the inning. Run scores from third, that's Sedlkowski, and it's 11-5 Phillies. 11-6, rather. It'll bring up Austin Leeds, the center fielder.
No, I think they just want to come on, so.
Pitch is swung on, grounded to first base, and that will do it in the third inning. Looked like Peck at the plate. Number 5 grounding to end the inning. 2 runs, a hit, nobody left. We'll move to the bottom of the 5th. Phillies 11, Red Sox 6. Well, the Phillies got 2 in the top of the 5th inning to extend their lead to 11-6. So bottom of the 5th inning for the Red Sox. Jonathan Weber stepping in, the left fielder. Weber with his first at bat of the game takes ball 1. He'll be followed by Jose Huerta and Andrew Murphy. Pitches in there for a strike, 1-1. Jonathan Weber, a math guru, likes Ken Griffey Jr. and the Seattle Mariners. Plays primarily in the outfield, left field, and center field. Teammates call him Johnny Boy. That's with a 2-1 count. Pitch from Kirkland is swung on and missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Off speed, driven towards the gap in right center. Past the center fielder, and Weber's on his horse. He'll be in with a stand-up leadoff double here in the 5th for the Red Sox. So the leadoff man aboard just when the Red Sox need it. They've got some work to do, trailing by 5. Here in the later stages of the game, it's the bottom of the 5th inning. Jose Huerta steps in. Right fielder takes the first pitch outside. Ball gets away from Sedlkowski, but no advance by Weber.
That's not a problem. What's the count? Is it a ball?
1 ball, no strikes. Pitch taken outside again, and it's 2-0.
He's at 8.
1 on, nobody out. Kirkland has the sign, comes home, and the pitch taken outside. 3 straight out of the strike zone. And I gotta believe that Huerta's taking here. He is. Pitches in there for this strike. 3-1. And you may even take here. It's 3-1. You're down by 5 runs. Steve Fortini and Scott Hamilton need base runners. Ball 4, pitch gets away, and the runner at second, Weber, advances to third on the wild pitch. So runners at the corner, still nobody out. The Red Sox with something brewing here in the 5th. That'll bring up Andrew Murphy.
First baseman, number 9, Andrew Murphy.
Andrew with some power against the Phillies this past Wednesday. He was 2 for 4 with a double and a homer. Home run coming in the 4th inning. Taste this pitch for ball 1 from Kirkland. Next pitch is in there for a strike. Sedlkowski having trouble with handling the ball. Count even up 1-1. Glad you're with us here at West Hills Park. I'm Mike Kent, along with you here at the ballpark for George Langevin Productions. Happy to bring you this game between the Phillies and Red Sox. Manager Lonnie Peck coming out to talk to his pitcher, as we are here in Santee tonight. Swung on and missed, and the count goes 1-2 to Murphy. So whatever manager Lonnie Peck said to his hurler, at least for that pitch, it worked. Huerta on at first, Weber on at third. Nobody out, bottom of the 5th. The Red Sox trail by 5, but got a rally brewing. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and Kirkland gets the first out here in the 5th. 5th strikeout for Phillies pitchers, the first for Kirkland.
Number 2, Shane Woolsey.
And with runners at the corners and 1 out, that'll bring up Shane Woolsey, the third baseman. Kirkland's pitch is way outside. Huerta will advance from first to second. No movement by Weber. So the double play possibility wiped out. Runners in scoring position. And a 1-0 count to Woolsey. Timeout called. And manager Lonnie Peck wants to talk with the umpire. Or does the umpire want to talk to both managers? In either case, Shane Woolsey, or Shano as his teammates refer to him as, talked to him before the game about what he likes about playing Little League Baseball, and he said the competitive nature of the game and just giving it all while he's out there on the field really is what drives him. And it's good to see. There's some competitive fire. Grounds this one weakly. The pitcher covers. He will defer in hopes of the runner from third not advancing. Official score gives Woolsey a single, his second hit in 3 trips, and the bases are juiced with 1 out for Nick Olson.
Catcher, number 7, Nick Olson.
Olson takes strike 1. Nick has walked and doubled, scored a run back in the 2nd inning. Really crowding the plate as he has the last 2 at-bats. Takes this one outside, 1-1. Wants to force the pitcher to throw on the opposite side of the plate. He does. And the pitch misses 2-1. What that'll do is it'll move the strike zone that the pitcher perceives, because the batter is right up on top of the plate. Also gives Olson a chance to extend his arms on a pitch outside, gives him a little bit more plate coverage, but he'll have trouble on the pitch middle in. 3-1. This one over the outside corner, and the count goes full with 1 out to Olson. Jordan Perez to follow here in the bottom of the 5th. Red Sox with the bases juiced. Foul out of play. Right side. Good cut by Olson. Well, the Red Sox down to their final 5 outs. This one slated for 6 innings. The Phillies hoping to hang on and force a repeat performance with a game tomorrow morning. If the Red Sox come back in this one, they will win the championship. Ball 4 issued. Runner across, that's Jonathan Weber. And 1 run off the deficit. It's now 11-7 Phillies.
Second baseman, number 1, Jordan Perez.
Olson with the walk. Woolsey down to second. Huerta down to third. Jordan Perez stepping in. Ball one up high to Perez. Second walk in the inning by Kirkland. Third since he came on in the fourth. Pitch taken outside. And it's ball two. Kirkland relieved Fortini, or rather Raul Tena. This one goes outside, 3-0. Tena pitched 3 innings. Is still the pitcher of record, stands to win this game if the Phillies can hang on. Pitch right down Broadway, or down Mast Boulevard if you're here in Santee. 3 balls and a strike. Kirkland's fastball again right there, and it's 3-2. Perez taking, trying to draw the walk. Kirkland having nothing of it. 3-2. Missed. Just missed the outside corner. Looked like a good pitch. But another run is in. And the Red Sox still with the bases loaded and only 1 out for Nick Fortini.
The pitcher number 4, Nick Fortini.
Fortini has a hit in 2 official trips. He also walked and scored in the first. Takes strike 1 from Kirkland. With 1 out, Zach Hamilton waits on deck. 11-8, they're down by only 3. Fortini swings, pops this one straight back, right towards us here in the booth, and the count 1-1. Tying run down at first in the person of Jordan Perez. Go ahead run at the plate, and Fortini will see what he can do. Outfield plays him straight away. Infield off the line at third. Pitch is high. 2-1. Peck holding the runner on at first. Now will defer back to his defensive alignment. Even with the bag. Pitch is high, and the count goes 3-1. 2-2 rather. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom 5, 11-8 Phillies. But the bases juiced. There's ball 3. Third straight full count to a Red Sox batter. The pitch. Pop fly behind first. Handy has trouble with it. 1 run is in. Coming in to score, Nick Olson ahead of the throw. And Fortini on, and guess what, folks? We've got a 1-run ball game. A double down the right field line that Handy made a good effort on, but just couldn't come up with it. And it's 11-10. The Red Sox have battled back. Perez ends up at third. We're going to have a switch. That's all for Kirkland. We'll be back with the details after this. Well, we're back here at West Hills Park. Zach Hamilton will face the new pitcher, Kyle Helmholtz, who comes on. First pitch is off speed. Big curveball in there for strike 1. So with 1 out, runners at second and third, Fortini and Perez respectively, the Red Sox have gotten back within 1. Again off speed. This one missing. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball gets away from the catcher, no advance. So Kirkland goes 1 1/3, responsible for the runners on, and now Helmholtz relieving here in the 5th. Zach Hamilton has hit the ball hard twice. Big swing, foul ball here at the plate, 1-2. Hamilton doubled in the first inning. He would later score on the double by Castor, and Hamilton singled and scored in the second. Drew a walk in the 4th, officially 2 for 2. Off speed, driven high in the air, deep left field, way back and gone! Zach Hamilton comes through with a 3-run homer to give the Red Sox a 13-11 lead. 7 runs for the Red Sox as they regain and take their first lead of the game. Oh my! A 3-run shot to left field, never a doubt. Oh my! And they will make the attempt to get the ball into Zach's scrapbook and his collection. That one went back into the seats.
I'm sorry, it's 2-run home run.
So Hamilton, the 8th man to bat in the inning, greets Helmholtz rudely with the 3-run shot. Andy Castor now coming to the plate. And the Red Sox with a 13-11 lead. What an improbable comeback. The Phillies jumped out with 4 in the first. Red Sox back with 3 in the bottom half. Phillies with a grand slam from Kyle Helmholtz. Got 5 in the top of the second. Sox came back with 3 in the bottom half of the second. Couple of scoreless frames in the third and fourth. The Phillies with 2 in the top of the fifth. And guess what? 7 runs so far. A 3-run shot. Here's a line drive past the shortstop, Tenna. Castor is aboard with a base hit to center. That will bring up Jonathan Weber, who doubled to start this inning.
Left fielder, number 8, Jonathan Weber.
He scored on a walk, bases loaded, and Weber looking to give his team a few more runs. 1 out, high fly ball, left center field coming over his leads. It gets by him. Castor on the way home. The throw is too late. Castor in sliding. He scores. Weber reaches on the 2-base error, then goes to third on the throw. Another run home. 14-11 Red Sox. That'll bring up Jose Huerta. Helmholtz has not been effective. He will meet with his third baseman, try and talk something over. But Helmholtz pitched on Wednesday against the Red Sox. He started that game going 3 innings. He was 4 for 4 in the game offensively against the Red Sox on Wednesday, but greeted rudely here in the 5th. 1 out, runner on at third, a bunt out to the pitcher. The delayed steal of home. Now they've got Castor or Weber in the rundown. Back to third. Meanwhile, he's tagged out, and Huerta goes to second. I'm not even going to begin to try and score that one.
1 to 5 to 2 to 5 to 1.
1 to 5 to 2 to 5 to 1 on the putout. Yes, that's a mouthful. The point is there's 2 outs, bottom of the 5th inning. Runner erased from third.
First baseman, number 9, Andrew Murphy.
And with 2 down, Andrew Murphy will come up. Pitch is taken outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Murphy, a strikeout victim in this inning. The only man not to reach base and score. We'll see what happens here. Curveball, line drive, left field. That's going to get down and all the way to the wall past Shryock. A run is home. That's Huerta. And a double for Andrew Murphy. Another run home, and it's 15-11 Red Sox. RBI for Murphy.
Third baseman, number 2, Shane Wilson.
And now every batter has reached and done so safely in this inning. Number 2 is Shane Woolsey, who singled back to the pitcher his first time in this inning. He is 2 for 3 officially in the game. Pitch riding inside. Pitch gets by the catcher, and the advance by Murphy down the third. Count goes 1-1 to Woolsey. Right-hander sets up, comes home, again off speed. I'll give Helmholtz this. He's working the off-speed stuff. He's got a big break on every one of his pitches. Very rarely does he come in with a straight fastball. Late breaking on that one, and that ends the inning as Woolsey goes down. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 runs in the inning. And at the end of it, going to the 6th, the Red Sox on top, 15-11. When you thought this one was in the hands of the Phillies and in control, they were up 11-6 going into the bottom of the 5th inning. The Red Sox explode for 9 runs, sparked by the home run by Zach Hamilton, a 3-run shot to give the Sox the lead. Andy Castor now on the mound trying to shut it down. Ground ball base hit up the middle. Kyle Helmholtz leading things off with a single to center. He was the pitcher who gave up that home run to Hamilton, so he's got a vested interest in bringing his club back. So a leadoff man aboard, and now Tenna, the shortstop, will step in.
Shortstop, number 8, Raul Tenna.
Completing the change, Castor going to the mound, Nick Fortini, now at shortstop for the Red Sox. Pitch is outside, ball 1 to Tenna. And Andy Castor on to shut this one down. He's got a 4-run lead to work with in the top of the 6th inning. Andy sets and deals. Fastball and a good one, fouled straight back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Good cut by Tenna. He was run into a bit of bad luck. He singled in the first, reached in a fielder's choice, but popped up to the first baseman in the second. Swings and misses here. Late movement on that ball, and it's 1-2. Tenna started the game on the mound for the Phillies, lasted 3. Gave up 6 of the runs. Andy just missed on that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Going to home plate umpire Rocky Hessen. Castor has the sign from Olson. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. The first out here in the 6th inning. That will bring up Jonathan Shryock. Jonathan Shryock.
Left fielder, number 3, Jonathan Shryock.
Jonathan has walked and flied to 8, center field. Ball gets by the catcher. Helmholtz will go down to second. No throw. Wisely, Castor instructing his catcher not to throw the ball down. That run out at second base means absolutely nothing. They would gladly trade that run for an out. So no sense making it easy and throwing the ball away. 1 ball, no strikes to Shryock. Castor's pitch is a fastball, swung on and missed, 1-1. Jonathan is 10 years old. He's got a couple years left in this league. Admires Sammy Sosa and likes the Chicago Cubs. Swings through this one, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, Red Sox out in top, 15-11. Castor comes to the set and deals. Just outside, 2-2. Shryock, primarily an outfielder, is in left field tonight. Has played right field in the past, and the count goes full now to the Phillies' number 3. Andy Castor has yielded a single, struck out Raul Tena, and now has gone full on Shryock. The payoff pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. Second straight strikeout. And with 2 down, that'll leave it up to Billy Dumont.
Joshua Leeds is coming up here.
Joshua Leeds will now bat.
Joshua Leeds.
Pitch is inside, ball 1 to Leeds. Runner at second, 2 down. The pitch. Got it in there. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, if the Red Sox win this one, they're off to the Tournament of Champions. For 1999, if the Phillies come back, we'll be back here again tomorrow. The pitch swung on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the Red Sox are 1 strike away from an improbable, what looked like an improbable victory after the 2nd inning. We're down 9-6. Not looking real good. Big fastball as Castor tried to put a little bit of mustard on that one. And it got away from him. Count even up 2-2. Castor pitched a complete game against the Pirates last week and looked good doing it. Is one of the top pitchers on this Red Sox staff. He comes set on the 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called, and the ball game is over. The Red Sox, with 9 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning, come back to win the game and the 1999 Santee American Little League Majors Championship. They beat the Phillies tonight by a final score of 15-11. After yielding the single to Helmholtz, Castor struck out Tena, Shryock, and Leeds to end the ball game, a 15-11 final. We'll be back with the totals after this.
That's the ball game final.
Don't bring it home. All right? Good game. Yeah, pick up that trophy and bring it home for us right now, okay?
Mike Kent back here at West Hills Park in Santee, California. An excellent game tonight. We're with one of the stars of the game for the Phillies, Kyle Helmholtz. Kyle, you are on the mound, but I think what you'll take away from this game, and what a lot of people will take away from this game, was your grand slam home run that broke this game wide open in the 2nd inning. Can you describe that for us?
Not really.
Did you feel like when you hit the ball that it had a chance to leave the park?
Yeah.
Oh, it sure was a shot, and there was no doubt about it as it left the field, left center. It was a bomb and a grand slam and a championship game. You can't ask for a better memory. A tough loss tonight, but the team played well. Can you describe what you guys will take away from this game and going forward maybe to next year?
Just, I want the Phillies to remember me. That's all I can say.
I'm sure they will. And you gave him a thrill back in the 2nd inning. A grand slam home run. Kyle Helmholtz went 2 for 3 tonight, including that memorable grand slam. Thanks very much, Kyle. Back here again at West Hills Park with another star of the game for the Phillies, Raul Tena. Raul, you started the game on the mound for the Phillies, jumped out with a 4-0 lead, and your team ended up with 9 runs in the first 2 innings. Can you describe the feeling you had going out on the mound to the bottom of the 2nd with a 9-3 lead?
Just hard, and we made a couple errors, and that's all.
But you were pitching extremely well. Noticed that a couple of the Red Sox batters tried to crowd the plate and try and force you to pitch more outside, but you didn't seem daunted by that. Do you normally like to pitch inside and brush those hitters back when they crowd the plate?
I just try to hit them, and that's it.
He just tries to hit him, and that's it. Randy Johnson, beware. Raul, this one was a tough one, but the team played well. Going through the loser's bracket is a real tough way to get yourself to the championship game. You guys fought hard. Can you describe for us the type of feelings you and your teammates had going through the loser's bracket? How determined were you to get back here to the championship game?
We were just waiting for the White Sox to beat the Seattle or the Mariners, and White Sox won, so we knew we were going to just beat the White Sox and play Red Sox.
So you knew when the Mariners, the top seed in the tournament, went down, you had a real good chance to get back here. Red Sox got the best of you early on, but you gave them a battle tonight. And Raul, an excellent pitching performance in your 3 innings of work. Congratulations on a great season, and we hope to see you around here again soon.
All right.
Thanks. Mike Kent back here at West Hills Park with the Phillies manager, Lonnie Peck. Lonnie, you got out to a quick start, and the kids fought hard. And even when you got down, they still fought hard. Can you explain for us your emotions right now at this moment?
No, I'm tore up. You know, we played a real good season. We came through the losers bracket, got the White Sox the other night, and we matched up really good with the Red Sox here. We just came up a little short when time ran out. You know, these kids played a heck of a game. You know, it ain't me that plays it; it's the kids. You know, I just put them where they got to go, and you know, we just had a great year. But Scott and Mr. Frattini and everybody else, they do a great job over there too. So you can't have 2 winners in the championship game. So we'll be first loser.
There you go. Unfortunately, you can't have 2 winners. But I got the feeling up in the box that if this game would have gone an extra 2 or 3 innings, your club may have battled back and taken it at the end. Can you leave the kids with some lasting thoughts on the season and a message for them?
Oh, I just had them over there on the side, and I told them, you know what, you guys come out here and play the game to win. If you win, you win. If you lose, you know, you're still going home as a winner because you're a kid. And they just came up short. I don't know what else to say, you know. I love them kids just like they're my own. I'm going to miss them. Season's over, but we'll come back next year with another team and see if we can get them Red Sox.
Absolutely. Lonnie Peck, thanks very much. Congratulations on a fine season and a great tournament. Coming through the loser's bracket and just a bit short here in the championship game in 1999. We'll see the Phillies again. I can feel it.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Kent here at West Hills Park with 2 of the victorious Red Sox players, Nick Fortini and Andy Castor. They combined to get the win. Nick, you started the game and pitched 5 strong innings. Tell me what you were thinking when your club got down 9-3 after the 2nd inning.
Well, I was just thinking we have to get back and the game ain't over.
It wasn't actually. You guys scored a couple in the 5th inning or in the 4th inning and then exploded for 9 runs in the 5th inning, bottom of the 5th. What goes through your mind when you're scoring 9 runs in an inning?
That we were coming back and it's fun to be on the top.
Absolutely, and they get the win tonight. Andy Castor, you closed things out, got the last inning pitched, and also went 3 for 4 with 2 two-run doubles early in the game, playing an exceptional ball game. How did it feel to get this one?
Well, the 2-run double that I got twice felt pretty good. And in the 5th inning, when Jonathan Weber got that hit, bring us up, and we just kept getting runs. So we came up 15-11.
Did you feel like Trevor Hoffman when he came in the top of the 6th inning to nail things down with a 4-run lead in the game in the balance?
Well, sort of. I don't have the height to bring my knee up to my face and pitch an 83-mile-an-hour changeup. So.
But he does have the curve in the hat and the heart of a champion. These two move on to the Tournament of Champions that starts next Wednesday. 1999 Santee American Little League Majors champions, the Red Sox. Thanks, Nick. Thanks, Andy. Good luck in the TOC. Mike Kent back here with another star of the game, Zach Hamilton. Zach, you went 3 for 3 tonight, a single, a double, a walk, and oh, by the way, back in the 5th inning, describe for me your game-winning 3-run homer.
Well, got those 2 balls, and then it was up high. I just swung at it, and I felt it. It was over when I was in the air. I knew it was over.
You knew it was gone the minute it left your bat.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was no doubt to us up in the score booth that one was gone. You had an excellent game tonight. Did you feel the confidence of your teammates in you when you were up to the plate? A new pitcher coming in, Helmholtz came in. He's a big, strong kid who throws hard and throws off-speed stuff. How did you attack him, and did you feel confident going into that at-bat?
I felt pretty confident, but in the beginning of the game when we were down, I lost confidence, and then we scored some runs back. I felt pretty confident and just felt really confident up the bat.
That confidence paid off. The game-winning home run, a 3-run shot off the bat of Zach Hamilton, propels his team, the Red Sox, into the TOC, the 1999 Majors champions for this year in Santee American Little League, the Red Sox. Thanks very much, Zach. Good luck in the TOC.
Thanks.
Mike Kent back with the brain trust of the Red Sox, 1999 Majors Tournament champions. Scott Hamilton, you've coached this team. Your son got the game-winning 3-run home run. You score 9 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning and then hold them off in the top of the 6th. I talked to you before the game, and you seemed a little bit concerned that your guys may not have been in it. They sure came to play in this game and showed their mettle down at the end.
Oh, they certainly did. You know, we didn't have our typical Red Sox warm-up, and the kids were kind of looking flat, but, you know, they came to play when the game was on the line, and we're just really proud of them. We worked hard all season, and it's paying off right now.
Step out of your coach's shoes for a second, if you will, and talk to me as a father. Seeing your son up there hit the game-winning home run, it's got to make you feel proud. And, well, describe what you're feeling and maybe a message for Zach.
Oh, it's just a tremendous feeling. I mean, you know, as a dad, I'm just so proud of him. I mean, let's face it. When I saw that ball leave the bat, it would look like it was going, and it was definitely gone. And I'm just so proud of Zachary, and I hope he continues in his success.
They're going on to the TOC championship. Thanks, Scott. Good luck. And we'll turn to manager Steve Fortini. Steve, this one had to be tough for you early on. Can you describe what was going through your mind in the first couple innings?
I just thought my kids just weren't ready to play. They scored a lot of errors. When Nick pitches, these guys know that they have to play defense. He's not an overpowering pitcher. He'll put the ball in play, and for whatever reason, we had the yips. After the 9 runs they scored in the first 2, we only let them up 2 runs the rest of the way, and that's I give credit to Nick and Andy for coming in and closing it. It was really nice to see.
The Trevor Hoffman look-alike out there with the bent hat got it done for you. As you move on to the TOC now, you've got the 1999 Majors tournament out of the way. What do you look forward to in the TOC?
I told the guys this was the biggest step we have. All we want to do now is have some fun, play some other leagues, see what happens. You know, we are the champions of SA. No one can take that away from us. So, you know, that's the banana split. Now we're just going to get the cherry. Okay, we got the banana split. All we need is a cherry.
Looking for the whipped cream and the cherry on top of a wonderful season. Steve, how do things look for next year? Do you look that far ahead now?
I've got half my guys coming back. I'm going to miss Zach and Andy, but I've got a good crop of kids coming in. So we're just going to reload like we do every year, and we're going to go after them again next year.
Well, they got it done this year. 1999 Santee American Majors Tournament champions, the Red Sox. Manager Steve Fortini, thanks very much. Good luck in the TOC, and we'll see you back here next year.
Thank you a lot.
Well, it didn't look good for the Red Sox early. After 1.5 innings, they were down 9-3. They scored 3 in the bottom of the 2nd, held the game scoreless, and eventually exploded for 9 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning. Andy Castor came on in relief of Nick Fortini to get the win, to close it down. Zach Hamilton with the game-winning 3-run home run in the bottom of the 5th as the Red Sox take the 1999 Majors Championship for Santee American Little League by a score of 15-11 over the Phillies. I'm Mike Kent, along with you here at the ballpark for George Langevin Productions, the leader in special event video. We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast, and we hope to see you again real soon. Till then, take care Have a good night, and we'll talk with you again next time. So long, everybody.